So yesterday, what we did, we have just started with just by welcoming you all, right? And we also gave you background about so what are we going to learn. So we started with end user computing engineer, and I explained you what you mean by end user computing engineer. End user computing engineering means the person who resolves the end user related issues. Means the a person is trying to access an application or a service using his personal PC or a laptop or a mobile device. Okay, so while accessing the application, if the user is facing an issue, okay, so that issue will be resolved by a person, and that person we call it as end user computer engineer. Okay, so that we discuss in the slide. And uh, and I also explained you, we started with the what you mean by computer, right? So computer means it's an electronic device. Okay, it will ask for some input, process something and give an output. So in the computer there are two types of computer I explained you yesterday. One is personal computer, another one is server computer. So personal computer means, or a client computer means, a computer where you use which you use to access some application, that's all. And server means you there is a server, in that an application is hosted, okay, and that application is accessed by a computer. Means the the computer which is giving a service called server, and a person who is using a computer to access an application called client. Okay, and I'll give you a hotel example also. You go to a hotel, server will come and ask you what service you wanted, correct? And then you will order something, then the server will go to the kitchen and give the required services that you want. Here you are the client, you are consuming the application or a service. That service is either tea, coffee or whatever it is. But the other person who's giving you, right, the serving you, right, he is the server. So server means he serves as a service. Consumer or the client means we consume the service. That is it. Okay, and the client and the server architecture I explained you. In order to access an application either from a client, between the server you need some network. That network can be either internet or intranet. So again, in the intranet, LAN WAN concept will be their local area network and wide area network. Internet means it is public facing application. So you are accessing your Facebook application using your mobile or laptop or desktop, whatever device you use, but the application is same profile, same comment, same postings, correct? Now everything is same, okay, because the server is the common factor here. Only the same server is serving the applications, but you are using different clients to know access the application. So that we discussed yesterday. And how do you identify whether the computer is a server or a client computer? So can I convert, or is there any distinguish? How can, is there a physical distinguish? Okay, server means should be like this, or client means should be like this. No, it is not like that. You can even convert your personal PC or a laptop or desktop to a server, because the either the client and the server is depend upon the type of operating system that you use. Okay, so then we also discussed about the operating system. So operating system is nothing but it is a system software, okay, which will be installed to a computer hardware in order to make the computer work. Or we can even tell it's a system software which will be act as a bridge between the you and the computer hardware. Okay, because without the operating system, computer is of no use, correct na? Hence, then there are couple of operating systems. The two types of operating systems are there. One is client operating system, another one is server operating system. So client has got Windows XP 7, 8, 10 and 11. So these are all the client operating system. Okay, and the server operating systems are, we have server 2003, server 2008, okay, and 16, 19 and 2022. So 16, 19 and 2022 are the current operating system which are in the support. The remaining one, 2003, 2008 and 2012 are legacy. There is no support from the Microsoft. Okay, so this one we discussed about. And while I explaining the operating system, I also told you a computer without the operating system is of no use. It's like a dead body, no life for it. If you power on the computer, it will only give you some dark screen and it will tell you no operating system found. Then you cannot be able to log in, you cannot be able to process anything, correct? Because operating system is the life, okay, for the computer. So now, if that is the case, and I also told you you have bought a new laptop with no operating system in that because you got for 5,000 less, because there won't be charge for the operating system when you buy bare metal laptop. So 5 to 6,000 rupees less will be there. So what you thought? You thought of installing the operating system on your own so that you can save some money. So how can you install the operating system to the computer? So installation of the operating system can be carried out in multiple ways. Okay, you can even use a CD DVD or a pen drive, or even you can use the network drive, and also using some third party or Microsoft proprietary softwares you can install the operating system. But we are going to teach you either using CD or DVD. In the regular office also 90% of the time we will use either CD DVD or USB pen drive. Predominantly USB pen drive only we will be used. Okay, then okay sir, I have a pen drive with operating system loaded. How can I install the operating system? How to begin with? So what you have to do, when you have the pen drive with operating system burnt in it, you have to plug in the USB stick to the laptop. Okay, once you plug the USB stick to the laptop, then you need to go to the BIOS. BIOS means in the computer, either by pressing F2 button or delete button or F12 button. It depends on the computer make, Lenovo, Dell, HP. It depends on the model. Okay. So if you don't know, you can just go to the Google and tell how to go to BIOS in your HP laptop or Lenovo laptop. You can put the model also. It will give you how exactly to be. You can, you can go to the BIOS screen. Okay, so once you go to the BIOS screen, okay, there you have an option called boot. Okay, so there you have to select boot from USB pen drive. Okay, then you save it, press F10 and save it. Then the machine will get restarted. Then when it get restarted, the computer will detect the operating system presence in the pen drive. It start asking you, I can see there is a new operating system in the pen drive, would you like to continue? Then you have to press yes. Okay, and then the installation begins. It will ask you the license terms and conditions. It will ask you the operating system version to be installed. It will ask you where exactly, in which drive you need to install. So I told you the operating system should be installed always in the C drive. How will you know which is my C drive? The first primary drive will always be the C drive. I will show you today. Okay, then select the C drive. Then the installation start begins. So within 3-4 minutes the operating system will be installed. It depends on your laptop or the desktop or the computer configuration. So if somebody asks you what is the time that you need to complete the complete installation, you can say 30 minutes. If the computer is good enough, software, the configuration is good enough, within 30 minutes or maximum by 1 hour you can finish the entire configuration of a computer. Okay, so these are the things we discussed yesterday. Okay, so today what we are going to do, today I'm going to show you how can you install an operating system to a bare metal machine. Okay, just a second. So before I get into the operating system installation, okay, I'm going to explain you a little bit on the VMware workstation. Okay, see, I'm not installing the operating system to my base machine. See, this is my base machine. If I install the operating system to my base machine, I will not be able to continue the class because there won't be, the computer is not powered on, means we both will not be able to connect. So that is the reason what I have done. I have installed a tool called VMware Workstation. Okay, I'll explain you more about VMware Workstation and VMware tool maybe after 2-3 days of class, because we have separate class for this. But now to give you some context, this VMware workstation means it is a application or a software or a technology, I could say. Okay, what it will do, it will help you to convert your one base machine which is of more configuration. Means, say for example, I have a laptop with 16 GB memory, RAM, okay, 512 GB storage, hard drive, and i7 processor with 8th generation. So what I can do with this VMware workstation, I can, instead of having the total 16 GB to one computer, this application will help me to take some memory, some storage and some processor, okay, and create a new computer within a computer. So this VMware workstation or VMware application will help you to create a computer within a computer using the existing configuration. Okay, now what I will do, I will just go to the home screen, okay, and create a new virtual machine. Here I click on create a new virtual machine. So once you click on create a new virtual machine, okay, I'll go with the custom option. I will explain you much about day after tomorrow on this. Okay, so I'll go to the custom operations here, okay, and then I will say this is the compatibility, don't need to worry, just say next. And here it is asking me how you want to install the operating system. I want to install the operating system either using the installer disk, or you want to use it in a, if you want to use the image file, or you want to install it later. So I always select I will install the operating system later, because I want to complete all the prereqs first and then finally to start the installation. Otherwise every now and then you need to press some keys, and you need to wait for the option to come. Okay, so to avoid that, you always go with I will install the operating system later option. Okay, so click on next, and then you get the list of operating system flavors you have in the market. You see, Microsoft is there, Linux is there, VMware is there, and others are also there. So if you want to install Microsoft operating system, click on Microsoft here, and in the version there is a drop down. Click on the drop down and you see all the operating system flavors of Microsoft. Okay, many people don't even took birth when this Windows 3.1 got came. Okay, see, now I want to install a Windows 10 operating system. Okay, let me select Windows 10 operating system and I will click next. Then it is asking you to give some name for this computer. So what I want to do, I would like to give a name called PC01. This is my personal computer. That is the reason I'm giving the name called PC01, and where I want to store it. See, it is asking me to store, by default it will get stored here under the C drive, user, welcome, documents. Okay, in this one it will be there. Let me go and check if I have space in the C drive. See, in the C drive I have almost 40 GB free space. What I will do, I can use the C drive only. If there is no space in the C drive, then you can put it in the D drive someplace. So let me go with the C drive only. I'll click on next, and then this is the firmware type. Firmware means it is a piece of software which will help to the hardware, okay, to the communication. So within the BIOS and the hardware to communicate, there is a software called what is that, firmware. Okay, that is called as BIOS means it is basic input output system. UEFI means unified extensible firmware interface. Okay, so you can select any one. BIOS is the legacy one, old one, but UEFI is the latest one. You can select whatever you want, not a problem. So I'll go with the latest one only. And then see, it is asking how much processor you want. I told you, no, in your laptop whatever processor is there, you can leverage little bit on this. So I'll go with the default processor. I will not touch because I only have two processor, and I'm telling my computer just leverage little bit portion in the existing one. Okay, then it is asking you how much memory you wanted, means RAM. See here, my computer maximum. See, my computer here maximum it has got 16 GB memory. See, that is the reason an arrow here, arrow mark. See, 16 GB it is pointing. And how much I want to use? To better performance, you need at least 4 GB of memory in each computer. So what I will do, instead of total giving 16 GB, what I will do, I will give only 4 GB, so that some portion in the 16 GB I can use it for my base machine. Okay, 4 GB I selected, and then click on next. Then this is by default, you can go with the network time, no need to worry. and IO controllers also just go with the recommended value. See here also recommended value, whatever is recommended just go with the same value. Okay, and it is asking you to select a disk. You can select a disk, or you can even create a new disk. If already have a existing disk, select the one, or if you don't have any disk, you can create the new one. So creating a new one now, how much memory, sorry, how much storage you want to give. So out of 512 GB, Microsoft is recommending to take 60 GB for Windows 10 operating system. See, recommended size for Windows 10 is 60 GB. So I will not change anything. I'll just go with whatever is recommended value. Okay. So then store, here multiple options are there. Would you like to allocate all the space available in the computer? No, I don't want to do it. Then second option, split, store the virtual disk as a single file. So when you say store the virtual disk as a single file, that means the 60 GB will store as a single file. Last option, split virtual disk into multiple files. If you select the third option, the 60 GB will not be able to, I mean, it will not be in a single file. It may get converted into 5 6 pieces of 10 GB, 10 GB, 10 GB. So if you slice the, if you split the hard disk, okay, what happens? The management burden will be high. So normally when you go to the shopping, we always prefer to dump everything in a cart so that it is easy for carrying. Then we'll buy a bag, we'll put it in the bag, and then we will keep the things in a car and we'll come. Correct? Now, because always when you have a bundled package or a single bag, it's easy to carry. If you want to move this from one computer to another computer, or if you want to transfer from here to there, so having a single file is easy. So I will select store this as a single file. Next, and then it is asking the name. It is already given vmdk file name. It's fine, and then finish. See, as soon as I click on finish button, a new computer called PC01 got created inside the VMware workstation. Okay, and you see in the base machine is different, but in the VMware workstation I have 3 4 computers. Multiple computers are there. See, DC01, PC01, Client01, Server01, Windows 10, VMware ESXi, DC01, Windows Server, and EDC01. There are multiple computers, but all are not running. I cannot run everything together. Maybe around 4 5, maximum 4 I can run, because only 16 GB memory is there. So 4 GB for one machine, another 4 GB, another 4 GB, another 4 GB for base machine. So total 60 GB memory is there. So till I use 16 GB memory I can use, otherwise no. Okay, so my PC is PC01. So now let me power on this computer and see what will be the error. See, it is detecting, trying to detect the operating system. See, it's tried in the VMware no media. See, virtual SATA CD-ROM. In the CD-ROM also no media, means no operating system found. And in the network, it is saying, is there any network boot is possible? It is trying to check. So what it will do, it will check all the possible ways. It will check in the CD, DVD, pen drive, hard drive, network, okay, and any other third party things. So if it is not finding the operating system, then it will throw a error stating no operating system found. We'll wait for that. So computer without the operating system will be like this only. It is of no use. Now you know, see, it is of no use. It is just taking you to the boot. Okay, this is what I told you. In here only you need to select the boot options and all. Okay, so what you do now, let me install the operating system freshly. So let me go to the power. Here right click on the PC, power option is there, you just power it off. So once you power it off, then what I told you, the installation can be happen in multiple ways, I said. In this case, I would like to have by having the CD, and I have the image already downloaded. I can use the image in the CD and install the operating system. So here I'll go to the CD and then I use the ISO image file. I click on ISO image file, browse, and I already downloaded and kept in the I already downloaded and kept in the C drive, D drive. D drive software ISO images. I have multiple disks. See, Windows 10 64-bit is there. So I'll select that and open it. So that means I'm inserting the CD. Okay, you see, if I hover the mouse here, cursor, see here, it will tell you using a file D colon software, under that ISO images, under that Windows 10 images there. So now I have inserted the CD to this virtual machine. So now if I just power on the computer, you see it automatically detects the operating system, and it will ask you to press some key. See, press any key to boot from CD or DVD. If I press something, it will go off. If you don't press any key, it will just go to again to the hard disk, a network and LAN. It will try to check there. So timing is very important here. As soon as that asks you to press some key, you need to press any key in the operating system or in the from the keyboard. Okay, so that operating system will detect that yes, I need to install the OS. I need to pick up the OS. See, I have inserted. I mean, I just press the space bar now, so it started loading. So now the operating system is now loading from the USB, not from the USB, from the CD.
Sir, I have latest one is Rupo. That's also the same one for
Okay, so now see, now it is detected the operating system. Okay, and then one second. Okay, see, now the operating system got detected. Okay, and it is telling you to select, I mean, look at the language. Okay, language pack, whatever you want, you can select. Normally, predominantly, we will use English language only. So, United States English. So, just select the next, nothing to change here. Okay, and then it will ask you to click some button to install. Okay, so now I'm gonna install it now. Click on install. So, this is all same, whatever you have seen there. Okay, from here, it is all same, whatever you have, you watched in the video. Okay. So now it is asking me to enter the product key, but I don't have any product key. You have the option below. I don't have a product key. Click on that. And you have multiple operating system versions here, like home edition and education series and professional series. Okay. Since it is my official purpose, okay, so I have to uh, install the professional package. So let me select Windows 10 and click Windows 10 Pro and click next. Now you see you have a terms and conditions screen, actually the license terms and conditions. You have to accept the license terms and conditions and click on next. Once you click on next, you get two options there. Okay, which type of installation do you want? Do you want to install freshly, or you want to upgrade an existing one? The first option is upgrade, means you already have a Windows 10 operating system. If you want to make it Windows 11, that time you go with upgrade option without hampering the application. Okay, the current base machine with all the application, it should have Windows 11 means then you select the first option. If you are freshly installing, or if you are reinstalling the operating system to install the, to increase the performance of the computer, then select the second option, install custom one. Okay, click on custom, and you see 60 GB disk we have given, and it is there. So all 60 GB one drive is there, but I want to create multiple drives here. My manager told me you should always create two disks. One is 50 GB, another one is 10 GB. 50 GB for C drive. Okay. So 1 GB means how many MB, guys?
1000.
1084.
1024. 1024 into how many GB I wanted? 50 GB C drive, correct? Huh? Into, if you do 51,200. So if you put 51,200 MB here, 51,200 MB here, you will create a new drive of 50 GB for your C drive. See, 49.9 GB got created. Remaining two partitions, system partition and MSR reserve partitions. The operating system got created this two by using 116 GB. See, 100 GB for system, 16 GB, 100 MB for system, 16 MB for MSR. So this is, you cannot use the first two drives because that is the drives which operating system got created to enable the links between multiple partitions. Okay, so here the first primary drive is 49.5 GB. Okay, and remaining you see 10 unallocated space, 10 GB is there. Click on new, apply. So now you see you have two drive, one is 50 GB, another one is 10 GB. And I told you the operating system should always be installed in the C drive. And the C drive means it is the first primary drive. Correct, na? Which is my first primary drive here? How much MB is there for first primary drive?
49, sir.
Yeah. See here, if you look at the type, last column type here, system is there, MSR is there, primary and primary. The first primary is this one. Correct? 49.9
Nine.
GB. Select that and click on next. As soon as you click on install next, the installation begins. See, it started copying the files. Okay, it is keeping the files ready for the installation. Okay, then the
Uh,
installation will begin from here. Yeah.
Sir, first one will be the
See now the files are getting copy here, so it has to get completed 100%. Okay, it might take another 5 minutes to overall to complete the installation. So once the files are ready for installation, then installation will start. Like it will install the features and it will install the updates. Like if is there is update in the package, if you have internet connected, it will check for the updates. Then it will finishing up the installation. Okay. So once the installation is done, it will get restarted. The computer will get restarted, and it will ask you to set the username and password. So the first username should be administrator, and I already told you administrator means he is the super user. So he is the powerful user in the computer. He can do anything and everything. The complete control of the computer will be there with the administrator. That is the reason system administrator is the highest qualified this thing, very demanded profile in the IT industry. That is where we call everybody system administrator, Windows administrator, Linux administrator, Active Directory administrator, or cloud administrator. Okay, because you are the one who will administer the entire service or the technology of your scope. Okay, so then you need to set the username and password, then you will be inside it. So it is 95% now. So if your computer has got more memory like 8 GB, 16 GB memory, within 4 or 5 minutes you will be done with the installation. See now it is installing the features, installing the updates. See, it is now restarting the computer. So that means the installation is done, completed. Now, once the computer is restarted, now then it will ask you to enter your username and or set your username and password. See, starting the services, getting the system ready. See, the installation is done now, okay, and it is asking me to select the language, okay, because the profile creation is happening now. So I'll click on a language package here, sorry, region package, okay, and then the keyboard layout, it is US. I don't want to add additional layout, okay, it's fine. I can skip that. So now it is asking if you want to connect. I mean, what kind of you wanted to do. Since I'm using it in home, I will just use the personal use only. But in the office, you need to select office because it will ask you your office ID also. Okay, here I will select offline account and I can just create a user. Okay, see administrator, admin I will create. Okay, next password at the rate 123 PASSWOD at the rate 123 password at the rate 123. It is asking some questions and I'm adding some answers. Okay, so you can also give some answers, any questions, any answer you can give. So now I'm done with the installation. Okay, so now the profile creation will happen and you will have your computer ready. See, the profile is now started creating. This will take at least 1 or 2 minutes because initially it has to create the entire profile for you.
Sir, administrator and you give some password. It is like Microsoft Windows account only.
It is the local administrator account. You can even create multiple local user account actually.
Okay.
I'll show you. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just a local account.
Yeah, it's a local account. Yes. So Active
Okay.
Directory we are not started. Active Directory we will start after a week.
Okay.
1 week completely we will do about desktop only
Okay.
because desktop you should know, no? You should know
Yes.
about the desktop, like what you mean by desktop, how you do the operations in the desktop, how can you install the operating system, how you install the applications, how you reset the profiles, how to grant access to a computer and applications, how to give RDP access to a computer. There are many things that you do every day. So first we will learn those and then we will get into the servers. Let us go slowly, no problem. Okay, no hurry.
Okay.
So if your computer has got more memory, this would be even more faster. See, now my computer is ready. Okay, so there are some post-build activities and all is there. So I'll show you in our next class. Okay. Now you see the computer name, host name. See, computer name is different. I will show you how to rename a computer. Windows version, WinVer. See, mine is Windows 10, so it's a client computer. Correct, na? So
Okay.
you see here now, I have created a new computer within a computer. See, this is my base machine. This is my base machine. correct na? So within the base machine I have a PC created, and see it is working separately. There is no difference at all. If you go to your my computer or this PC, you see you got separate thing. See, C drive is there, separate C drive, and you see 49.3 GB, correct na? So this is about how to create a VM and installing the operating system to the computer. So let me stop the recording here, then I'll take some questions if we have. So, and next class we will continue the post build activities. Thank you.